What's good, Space Cowboys? Zero here, bringing you another ship guide review, and today we are looking at the Va'ruun Prophecy 2. That is right, we are looking at this big, beautiful honking ship here, the Prophecy 2. The only way I know how to get this is by thieving your way onto this ship. So if you are lucky enough to run across this on a planet, you can steal this from some Va'ruun and go take it for a spin yourself. In this video, I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the modules that it has on it. We'll take a look around the outside and then a look on the inside and tour the different habs it has on this ship. We're also going to take a look at some of the weapons, shields, other stats, and then take it for a test flight. I'll give you some of my thoughts and opinions. You can take it with that, take that with what you will, and here we go. So, taking a look at the Va'ruun, we're going to go ahead and first look at the modules that it has on it. This is a behemoth. It is a Class C ship. I'm not super in love with it, and I'll tell you why when we actually get into the modules design and sort of layout of the way this comes stock. It has a pretty interesting bridge. Also not in love with it. This is, I think, maybe the first ship I've gotten that has this particular bridge. It's kind of similar to the bridge module on the UC prison shuttle, except not as good, I don't think. It is larger, but it just doesn't fit. Anyways, we'll look at these and then take a tour of the inside here. So, looking at our modules of the ship, it is a behemoth. Like I said, they tried to pack just about everything in here. So it actually has, you know, it's 5 modules wide, and then you're gonna get enough length here to at least get some full 3 3x2, 3x1s, and then I think there is actually a 3x3 maybe. I can't remember if the cafeteria module is 3x3 or not. Not the most beautiful designs. In fact, I'm really not in love with the Va'ruun ships in general. I do like the paint scheme. I do like that sort of matte black with the white accents for, you know, your hard points and markings on the ships. One highlight I would definitely say for this ship would be the engine cluster back here. I think that's packed in there really nice. I like the way that looks with the 2 large helium-3 modules right next to the reactor and the jump drive there, with your shield mounted on top. So I think this is a pretty clean engine setup in the back, but the rest of it is just, man, I don't know. Looks like a slice of burnt toast. Just not a really inspiring design, and I found a lot of the Va'ruun ships like this as well. I'm kind of really curious about more of the backstory with the Va'ruun, looking at the designs of the ships. They feel very Spartan, you know, only the things that are necessary. There is no aesthetics put into it. It's all about survival. I'll have another Va'ruun ship guide up here as well, and it also has these really large helium-3 tanks. I don't know if that's just part of their culture, like they are meant to be sort of wanderers out there. They're all kind of, they have a broken nation, and they're just kind of all a bunch of gypsies flying throughout the universe. I'm not really sure what these snake lovers are all about, but maybe in the lore and backstory there's a little bit more explanation about why these ships look the way they do. Taking a look at some of the modules, you know, we've got the Kontiki B400 bridge from Stroud Eklund. Again, I'm not a fan of this. When we get on the inside, I'll kind of explain what I'm talking about. The seats for your crew are just weird. It's just weird. I don't know any other way to describe it. They just do not feel like they are naturally placed for any practical or insane reason that I could think of, other than like the crew is meant to just like worship the guy in the pilot seat. I don't know. It does have some pretty decent weaponry. You know, you've got 80 particle, 86 ballistic, and 104 missiles. So you've got these PPO 300 auto alpha turrets. These are pretty decent. You know, I might even actually throw on a couple more of those if I was really gonna go all out on this. You know, maybe pop 2 more there, so you could have 4 auto turrets right there on the front. I believe that's on weapon slot number 1, so you would have room to put 2 more if you wanted. You know, this is your ballistics, the MKE-9 Gauss gun. Pretty powerful gun. Short range, which I'm not in love with. I love the outer turrets have a really long range. That's one of the things I love about those. This is pretty close. 1500 range is not far. They do pack a punch. This is only 1 gun, and it's doing, you know, 86 damage, which is nice. I mean, that's just your hull damage, not counting your shield damage. And then, of course, we have our missile launcher here, the Devastator 1500 missile launcher. These are pretty decent components. Again, this was a stolen ship, so, you know, it was not... I haven't invested anything into this yet. This is just one you're going to get stock if you steal it. I'm not entirely sure if components are randomized on ships. I would love if somebody knew better out there could leave me a comment down there to kind of let me know. I'm still trying to figure out what is random in this game and what is fixed. It is a mystery. Grav drive is pretty good. You know, you do have a pretty decent jump range on this. Again, I feel like that's pretty typical of Va'ruun ships. They tend to have large fuel and long jump range. And again, I don't know if that's just part of their backstory and culture. They're a bunch of gypsy nomads, snake lovers, just spreading throughout the galaxy, trying to hermit their way in every nook and cranny of planets. The reactor is definitely something I would swap out for a Class C reactor. This is not great. 30 power generated. Even if you had just a little bit of Starship design, you should be able to get something better than this, I would guess. This says you need Starship design rank 2, but I don't know. I mean, let's just look at a different reactor that I would pop in there that is also Starship design rank 2. There you go, that one right there, Starship design rank 2, and you're getting 34 power generated. So there's definitely better reactors that you could get for Starship design rank 2 if that's kind of where you're at, or if you're just wanting to stick stock on this, that's fine. I mean, that's not a bad reactor. 30 reactor power is pretty good. I like the engine stack here. I like how they have, you know, these 6 engines stacked on top of each other to max out your engine power there. Very nice design. Like I said, I think the best part of this build overall is their engine package in the back with the fuel cells, grav drive, reactor, and engines. Looks very nice and clean. The rest of the ship, I don't know, not in love with. This is definitely not something I'm gonna fly probably much at all. I don't even think it's something I'm gonna modify. Although, if you were wanting to build out a much larger ship and customize it, this is actually a pretty good one to steal because it does have a lot of you know, hab modules. So we'll pull this apart and we'll look at all the hab modules. Oh, also it has great storage. I think over 3,000 storage. Oh, 4,140, which last time I checked was over 3,000. So you have an engineering bay right on top here. Do not love the placement of an engineering bay. I would put that probably lower on the decks if I were doing that. Just feels weird to me to have an engineering bay at the top of your ship. I mean, I guess I haven't been in a lot of spaceships, so maybe that is a normal place to put it. Here we have our mess hall, the Stroud Eklund mess hall. I actually really like this mess hall quite a bit. It feels more appropriate for the sizes that these ships actually are. There's some mess halls that look like it's a ship for, you know, like 50 people, and, you know, your max crew is like 8. It's kind of like, come on, my max crew here is 6. Give me a break. This mess hall seems perfect for that. I really like it's got some, you know, leisure space as well as a really nice, you know, galley and whatnot. I like the cargo hall as well in this. This is obviously purely aesthetic, just like the mess hall, but I feel like it is fitting for this. It has a very large cargo capacity, so it makes sense that it would have a big cargo hold. When I was actually walking onto the ship earlier, all of my crew were just kind of sitting around. It was pretty cool to see. They were sitting up on the crates or leaning against the boxes. I don't know why the whole crew was hanging out in the cargo hold. Maybe it was, you know, after hours drinking party, who knows. We also have all-in-one berth for if we're taking any passengers on there. These are all pretty much just structural around the back. You could swap these out for something else if you wanted to do some rearranging of the modules, but it's gonna be hard to work around that too much. One thing you might think about doing is maybe taking out these structural pieces in the back and adding, because I don't think anything is connected back here to it. Maybe like a causeway just to get rid of some of the bad hallway connections and ladder connections. I'll show you when we get inside, but again, not my favorite ship. Infirmary, I like that module, and I think we got something else on this other side. I thought there was another piece over here. That's our entry over there. I thought there was a computer core back here. There she is. There's the computer core. Yeah. So right when you come in the ship, you'll see the computer core right here. And then, of course, it's got a lot of cargo kind of tucked into in between these landing struts, which is nice. That's why you get lots of cargo on this. So I think that is all the HAB modules in this ship here. I mean, look at that thing. It feels like Kowloon walled city with engines. Boy, ugh. All right, let's take a tour of the outside. Yeah, and cancel all those modifications. Get out of there. Let's go take a look at this behemoth, this whale shark of a ship. I mean, for what it is, oh, I love that Stroud Eklund plating on there. That reflective brass, very nice. This engine core back here is nice. I have to say, it feels like they started with this part of the ship and then we're like, all right, now how can we just fill in the other 3 decks with just stuff? Because, I mean, that's nice. That's well designed. That feels like almost a real ship's engine core in the back. What I would have done is I would have hooked main engineering, or your engineering block, which is right there, up somewhere that connects right back into your engine core. I mean, you know, if it was a real ship. And then, of course, our weird bridge. Let's go take a look at that weird bridge. Alright, so boarding the Va'ruun Prophecy 2, you're going to come right in. This is where you will also dock with your space stations or other ships. And then we have our computer core right off of this main entry here. And of course, the previous occupants just won't move out. I mean, I sent you guys an eviction notice. Didn't you get it? Not my favorite computer core. I think the Hope Tech one is maybe the one I like the best. Deimos, maybe my second favorite computer core module. Should probably do a side-by-side comparison and just look at all of the different modules on one single ship. Here's your 3x1 all-in-one berth. Pretty standard here. You've got a couple beds for passengers, nice little table here. These little side rooms, I didn't really show them when we were breaking the ship apart. These are just, you know, companionways that go out to some windows, which is nice. I appreciate any ship that tries to incorporate some viewing into it. When we get up to the upper decks, you'll see some of the windows that they have on the upper plating here, but I appreciate that touch. That's something that I try to do. I mean, I love that. Look at that box. Look at that. Look at that. It's just beautiful. It's like a painting. All right, let's move on here. Again, here we have a senseless, oh, we just had some space. Let's throw in a little 1x1 cargo. Boo. Here we have our main cargo hold, which is where I saw all my crew just chilling. Probably all their lattes right there. Don't even pick up after themselves. God, lazy crew. And of course the old tenants just won't leave. Here's the other side just to keep it symmetrical. We got this beautiful view right there. Oh, look at the gorgeous mountains. Alright. This goes down, and then again this goes to the really terrible layout where I would either eliminate things or remove them. This is down to your infirmary. And to be honest, I would never go down here because it's just a pain. Like, I gotta be really hurting to schlep my way through the cargo hold, down a ladder, to an infirmary. I mean, just pill me up and let me go, Doc. Again, we have another space who's like, oh, let's just throw in a 1x1 cargo. Cause, yeah. Alright, moving up to the upper deck. Leaving behind all those losers down at the lower deck. And we go into our engine room, which is really oddly placed. Here, you come right up, and then we are going to get into our mess hall module here, which, again, this is one of my favorite mess hall modules. It feels appropriate for this size of ship. I like the captain's or the officer's dining lounge in here. You know, it's got some furniture. It looks very casual, yet practical. You know, it feels like a real ship of this size mess hall. I don't know. It just feels the most appropriate of the mess halls that I've seen. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just making that up. I do wish the kitchen had a little bit more stuff in here. Like, this feels like it's missing something that I should probably put on there. You got your nice cooking station. Alright, so now up to the cockpit. And let's see if you can spot it. What I think is super weird about this. If you said 4 crew chairs just pointing towards the captain, you are a winner. That is weird. That is just weird design. Why? Why? Who has all their crew just like sitting here and like worship me while I fly this bucket of metal into the stars? Oh, captain, my captain. Yeah, just no. No. This is just not a very good bridge. You've got your cargo hold back here and your captain's locker right there. Not a great bridge. Definitely would swap this out if you were thinking about flying this for reals. Look at this thing. It is just like the black sheep of space vehicles. I mean, that's a cool view into the cockpit. I mean, and if I had 4 people just sitting there worshiping me while I flew, like, I mean, I guess I could see the appeal of that. Kind of weird, but I mean, these people are snake lovers, so I guess the captain is like their demigod or something. I don't know. Nice takeoff scene. Like I said, I love that engine stack. If you're looking for designs of your own, that is a part of the design on this particular ship that what the heck? Look at my cargo holds. What? Okay, that side's normal. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, so all of that Romulan ale is obviously broken, so we're gonna have to smuggle something else now. Top speed, not great. It's a slow boat. It does have pretty decent defense, so you can put up a pretty good fight, but I would not try taking this into in-game without modifying a few things. It definitely will struggle. We're going to take this into a fight just so you can kind of see what this looks like against maybe some level 30, 40, maybe 50. It kind of depends on what spawns on us in Serpentis. But it's gonna be interesting taking a Va'ruun ship right back into the snake pit. After we give this a test flight, I am gonna go ahead and give you my final thoughts, and then we will wrap this up here. If I can find Serpentis, there we go. Here we go. I do like the view from the bridge. I'll have to admit, like, it's a pretty good view box. All right, let's get some action here. Okay, well, that's a level 20. I was kind of hoping for something a little more. Okay, what else we got going on here? Level 24. Come on, Serpentis, you're letting me down here. I guess it's somewhat hit or miss. Well, these guys obviously aren't going to be a challenge, level 20 something. Level 50s might start to get a little tough, and we'll see if we can maybe find us a level 20. Well, I'm kind of surprised there's no hostile activity in the system. Serpentis is really slow on this playthrough today. If you guys didn't know, Serpentis is an excellent place to go farm some ships if you're into the space fighting. You can generally find a fight here pretty quick, pretty easy, almost jumping into any planet. Alright, obviously it's somewhat hit or miss on the level. This one's 32. I was kind of hoping to, you know, give you a little bit more of a demonstration, but hopefully that at least gives you an idea of what this ship is capable of. So final thoughts on the Va'ruun Prophecy 2. If you see this ship, I'd steal it. You know, it says the value is 386. You're not going to be able to sell it for that. I think it cost me about 47,000 credits to register, which for a Class C ship is actually a pretty good bargain, especially for one that has the stats, you know, a cargo hold of 4,300 for, you know, base stats there, as well as really decent weapons and great shielding. You know, this is a pretty good ship to steal. I would not pass it up if I saw it again. I don't think I'm going to keep it or really spend a lot of time modifying it, because there are definitely better ships. But if you like those ships that are big and have lots of modules, especially if you're a Stroud Eklund fan, this might be your ship. Everybody has their different preferences. Anyways, I hope this was informative and helpful and give you an idea about this ship if you ever run across it, or if you are looking for the next ship to just tinker with. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.